The other night, I came on to the unit, and I was asked to take over the care of a little boy by the name of Karim. He was a twin. In English, we would call him T1. And I work in a French-speaking country, so we call him J1, or G1 in French. He's very small, 680 grams. I never knew his brother, T2. He had left before I'd arrived. We went through the whole night, and I couldn't get a blood pressure that was normal. We gave him fluid, and I started up the dopamine. We gave him 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. By the end of the night, we were at 10. And he gave me like 3 drops of urine. He was really not well. But I had some contact with him on that first night. I took care of him, and I told him that I would be there for him. And I put my hands on him, and I told him everything was going to be all right tonight. We'd make it to the morning. I went home, and following night I came back. Things went a whole lot worse. They'd put on the NO, and they'd given him platelets and whole blood, and he wasn't well. And I took over a few minutes after starting. I noticed he was flapping his arms and legs around. He's intubated, so he couldn't say anything. I thought something was wrong. I took a blood gas, and his pH was at 686. His lactate was up around 10, 11. And I called. The head doctor was upstairs with a cesarean. I asked him to come down because I thought we were going the wrong way. We were losing this kid. He came down, and he did an ultrasound. Not before he had a 2nd degree, so grade 2 bleed both sides. There he had grade 4. I was watching his heart rate. It was at 130, 120, 110. Literally, as the minutes were passing, he was losing heart rate. We didn't have a blood pressure. I was scared of losing him before I could get to his mom. My mom. His mom had always thought that I would be the person who would protect him. I picked up the phone, and I called the unit where she was staying, not far away. I told him to get her to come here straight away. And after 30 seconds, she wasn't there. I started panic that she wasn't going to make it. So I raced off the unit to go and find her. I brought her back. I told her that she could touch him. And I asked her if she wanted to take him in his arms for the last time. First she said no, and the doctors left, and then she said she'd love to have her son right there on her chest for the last time. So I called one of the assistants back in to help me, because 680 grams I can pick up with like 2 fingers, but with the NO and all of the IV lines and intubating tube and ventilation tubes and all that, he's a sight more weight than 680 grams, so we put him into our arms and we extubated him. It was gone.